Okay. So, firstly, hi Neelohit. How are you?
Hello Shubham, Bas, I'm all good. How are you?
Perfect. I'm good as well. So, I and Neelohit again have been friends for far too long. He was also a batchmate in school, KC Public School, Jammu. And then we shifted paths. I went to Mumbai. He was there in Jammu. He did his engineering from Mata Vaishno Devi University. Presently, Neelohit is an assistant manager in Mahindra and Mahindra. So I'm pretty sure that many of the people already know about the company Mahindra and Mahindra. We'll ask about some questions with regards to how to get into Mahindra and Mahindra. And firstly, Neelohit, I would request you to give just a brief introduction of yourself. Yes.
So, hello everyone. This is Neelohit Sharma. I have done my BTech in Mechanical Engineering in 2019. After that, uh, I got a job in Mahindra. So, for the last 2 years, I am working as assistant manager in Mahindra in Swaraj division, in Swaraj Engine Manufacturing division. Basically, my division works as a engine manufacturer. We make engines and we give the engines for Swaraj tractors.
Okay. Perfect. So, Neelohit, as we know that you were in the mechanical engineering department. So, if someone who's just got into mechanical engineering department, or he's already in his, let's say, first or second year of his mechanical engineering department. So, as per you, what are the career aspects of mechanical engineer?
Very nice, very good question, Shubhi. Basically, being a mechanical engineer, I still remember that when I was in college, I didn't have the knowledge that what were the career aspects being a mechanical engineer, because being a CS engineer, you know that you can become a software engineer or a full stack developer or a cloud computing and many more. So for a mechanical engineer, I would say that there are various roles in a manufacturing division for a mechanical engineer. Like if I tell about specifically about automotive division, in which we manufacture vehicles. So in that, there is a department called as manufacturing department. So I'm talking about mechanical guys. Huh? So if a particular person loves manufacturing engineering, he can opt to become manufacturing manager. I can say that if he loves manufacturing, because we all have gone in our shops in which we basically do work on lathe and that. If he loves that, he can get a job in machine shop. So if you are a kind of person who is interested in planning and scheduling and making new projects or something, you can go for assembly engineer. You can be assembly production engineer. So if you are interested in electronics and mechanical both, like kind of mechatronics work, you can take a job aspect in maintenance, or I can say industrial engineering also. Yeah, this is the third one that I'm talking about, industrial engineer. Industrial engineer is also a very good aspect. You can be very creative and do the projects which are interlinked to all the three departments, such as mechanical also, electronics also, and CS also. And the SCM also, there is one department called the SCM department, in which you can be responsible about the procurement of all the parts which are there in manufacturing or manufacturing plants. So these are the few aspects which you can do in mechanical engineering also.
Okay, perfect. So I think I get that. Actually, the good part is, if someone is there in the mechanical department and at point in time he feels that he's not meant for mechanical, and at he wants to shift to, let's say, CS, or as you said, electronics as well. So there are still chances that people can move out from the domain, so they can shift from.
Yes, Shubham, I can say that if you're doing the engineering at second year or third year, you get in your mind that with the mechanical engineering suits you or not. And
Okay.
at that point of time you can choose your interest also. Yes, I
Mhm.
still remember there was one guy in my class also. So he was not interested in mechanical engineering at all. He was a below average student in mechanical subjects.
Okay.
So we usually make made told him that kya karega aage, if
Mhm.
you like just sit here and do it, become idle only. So he started working in machine learning.
Okay.
And by the end of mechanical engineering, he wrote a book on machine learning.
Mhm.
That how can a basic guy write a book, write and can learn machine learning.
Mhm.
And right now he's working in a startup in Bangalore, and he's doing really good. And many of my friends are also working in TCS and Wipro, and they are also fine. They are doing good. So it
And they
is
were
not the fact.
mechanical engineers. They were mechanical.
Yes, they were mechanical engineer. So I can say that mechanical engineering is not that key. You have taken mechanical engineering and
Mhm.
you're if you are not liking it, so you cannot change. Of course you can change your domain also, and you can work in some good organizations and you can do
Okay.
good.
Perfect.
Yes.
So I think my next question would be actually, how was your personal interview experience while you were being interviewed for Mahindra?
Yeah, I still remember that my interview took in two phases. It was in two phases.
Okay.
In first phase it was in the campus, and the second phase it was in manufacturing plant.
Mhm.
So in first phase, firstly there were two tests. There was
Mhm.
an aptitude test and there was a technical test.
Mhm.
After that, I had a telephonic interview with one of the senior manager, I guess, of the plant.
Okay.
So when being shortlisted, I was called to a manufacturing plant which was there in Haridwar. It is Mahindra's manufacturing plant in Haridwar.
Okay.
So I was called there. So I had two rounds there. Firstly, it was a technical round, which was
Mhm.
there, which was with the general manager over there.
General manager.
Yes, yes, with the general manager over there.
Okay.
So he was a very humble kind of person.
Okay.
So he asked me questions related to mechanical engineering only, and it
Okay.
was not a very tough questions. It
Mhm.
they were matlab, I was just preparing for the interview, that I don't know what kind of questions were come and that, but it was the questions that which we don't uh, I guess we cannot learn it. It comes
Okay.
within ourselves if we are doing mechanical engineering.
Okay. Okay.
All the yeah, the questions which were related to curiosity, that ye kya hoga to ye kya hoga, these kind of questions.
Uh,
So I still remember he asked me about trains.
uh-huh.
You can say that he asked me about trains, that how trains move,
Mhm.
uh, how trains move, like is there differential present over there in trains or not, because in
Uh,
the differential is present over in the heavy
okay.
trucks or these. He
Okay.
asked me about that. He
So so
draw uh,
so had you studied that part already in your engineering part, or was it new?
no, no,
Okay.
it was a, I don't know, I might have seen there somewhere
Okay.
on YouTube or something. So I had in mind that
Okay.
ye to hota hi hoga. So
Okay.
he wrote, yeah, he drew some kind of drawing on
Okay.
a page, and uh, he told me to draw the side view and front view of that. So
Okay.
it was also a question related to
Mhm.
mechanical, and it was a basic question, not a very that we can say that a very high-fi
Tech-
question. It was not a high-fi technical. It was basic technical question. So then after that, he asked me about my internships. He asked me about, I had done an internship in Maruti Gurgaon. So he
Okay.
asked me a little bit related to that internship in Maruti. So I
Mhm.
had taken part in a competition. It was basically organized by Mahindra only. It is called as Sahibaha. Mechanical engineers might know that. It is
Okay.
Sahibaha, in which we have to manufacture an ATV. It is
Okay.
basically called an all-terrain vehicle. So it is basically sponsored by Mahindra only.
Okay.
So he asked me about that because I had taken part in that. I was an active participant in that. So because he was a judge over there, so he was a judge of that competition. So asked me about that only.
So did you
yes.
meet him? So had you already met him somewhere?
No. Basically, that competition was organized in two venues. Firstly, it was in IIT Ropar, and secondly, it was somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. So he was a judge in Madhya Pradesh.
Okay.
And we took our competition in IIT Ropar.
Okay.
So he asked me about that. After that, there was a plant head round, in which we basically plant head called us and he interviewed us. He also just asked me about basic about my family background, and he also asked about the projects which I have done in mechanical engineering. The final year project which I was doing a project on 3D modeling, 3D printers. He asked me about that also. And at that point of time, he asked me, I still remember the question. He asked me one question, that which department you like. So I was not aware about the departments. But I don't know कि कौन से departments होते हैं and all. So I had in mind that there is a department called as operations. So we can do one thing. कि चलो operations बोल देते हैं. Yeah. So I told him that I like operations. So he told me, okay then. It was a good interview. Yes. So after the result, I got the production department.
Okay.
Yeah, and my one friend was there. He said SCM.
Okay.
So he got the SCM department. So it is very important that you should have the knowledge of various departments if you are going to give interview about in any of the OEMs.
Okay. So as per your experience, so would you consider if you had to go to the other department, the SCM, so you would have preferred that over operations or operations over SCM? What was your personal preference if you had new?
Personally, after going inside the industry and looking after all the departments, I would say that I would have been good in SCM. Because I like a little bit sitting job. SCM is basically a sitting job. You have to basically sit in front of your computers and do your various stuff. And I would also have opted for industrial engineering. It is also a very creative creative department in which you can explore all your project. You can explore all your I can say knowledge which you have learned over the 4 years in your university. I can say that if you want to do some kind of projects or something, then industrial engineering department is a very good department. That if you are not good in mechanical, you are saying now about the aspects. If you are not good in mechanical and you are good in computer science, or I can say electronics, you can opt for industrial engineering also.
Okay. So actually, now that you were telling us about the sitting job, the desk job kind of thing. So my next question is actually inclined to that only. So the question is basically, how would you differentiate, a life of a person who's working in a manufacturing plant and someone who's in the desk job role, the corporate role?
Yeah, very nice question. So I would say that in manufacturing, or I can say the manufacturing unit, or you were saying plant. So in that, we basically deal with planning of the goal which is given to us by the corporate. Like a person is sitting over in corporate, that department is basically called business excellence is there, and forecast is there, business forecast, that tell kitni demand aa rahi hai, you have to make that much. So they are basically much more, I can say, static with, or the kind of person which are dealing in numbers. So in manufacturing plant, we are basically dealing with all the planning work which is required to attain those numbers. Yes. So I would say a plant life is not the life which is shown to us that it is a very bad life or something. It is a very good life in plant also. Yeah, in plant it is a normal job
Okay.
like that of a corporate. It's just that we have to take care of all the responsibilities which have given to us.
Okay.
if,
So
if I can
actually,
say that
yes.
I can say that if 150 a number of 150 people are given to me,
Okay.
that they are going to assemble something or they are going to manufacture something, so their responsibility is with me. I have to deal with their numbers also, the number of production also. I also have to deal with the quality also. So plant life goes like that.
So, I mean, actually, people have a myth about while they are in the manufacturing unit department, they might feel a bit ill earlier than before. And, they do have some health issues. Do you have to stay there 24/7, like the complete time while you're in the unit? You have to stay there?
No, it's not that. I would. Some plants are running 12 hours. Some plants are running just for 8 hours. Some plants are running 24 hours. It depends upon the production which they are receiving. Suppose I can say that Mahindra Swaraj tractors are getting so much production rates, so we have to run the plant 24/7. But it doesn't mean that I have to be in plant for 24/7. I have a normal 8 to 9 hour job, and they after that uh, another person will come and he will do the responsibility. That he will have the responsibility, and he will do the job which I do. So it is not like that.
Okay. Go ahead. So,
Yes.
yeah, I think my next question would be, so if you are interviewing someone, so what are the basic criterias that are required? Because the session is how to get into. So I would ask, like, if you're interviewing someone and he needs to understand that how to get into Mahindra. So what are the basic criterias that are required, and are there any specific technical expertise that are needed to be there? So what questions would you ask, or what advice would you give to them?
Yes. So firstly, I would ask that you should have a basic knowledge of the subject. If I can say that, if there is an interview about any of the automobile company, suppose Maruti, Mahindra, or Tata, or someone, you have to have the basic knowledge of automobile engineering, and you should have the basic knowledge of or combustion engine.
Okay.
These things are must. And if you have done an internship in any of the companies, that would increase the chances of your selection also.
Okay.
Yes. So from the very second year, I guess you should be very aware that if you want to get these kind of jobs, you have to do the internship related to automobile in third year.
Okay.
Yes. So I would ask in detail about the internships which a person have done, and a little bit of projects also.
Okay. Any
Yes, these things are.
any advice that you would like to give to someone who's trying to get into Mahindra and Mahindra?
Yes, I would advise him, if your college is good and he's coming back with the companies. So I would say that you just prepare your basics
Okay.
about the subjects, about
Okay.
the subject. Do a good internship in any of the automobile company.
Okay.
And if the companies are not coming, so there is only one way to get in these companies. Basically, these companies are called OEMs.
Okay.
OEMs are basically original equipment manufacturers, which directly deals with consumer. Because like Mahindra give cars to consumer, and we are consumer, we take those vehicles. So they are OEMs. There are tier one companies which give their product to the OEMs. There are
Okay.
tier two companies which give their products to tier one company. So
Okay.
if you don't get a chance to get the placements in OEMs, you can try for tier one or tier two companies.
Okay.
If you get the job in that company, so do get a work experience of about 1 or 1.5 year, so you can easily switch to any of the OEMs.
Okay. Which is a good thing. Okay. Now, as we talk
Yes.
the switch, So my last part would be, I would request you if, because, there might be people out there and this is what started. So if anyone has any questions or queries or requires a referral, could you please help him or, because I'll be sharing your LinkedIn profile in the comments section. And
Yes, sure. I would be happy to help. I would be happy to help. It's not a problem.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Neelohit. Actually, these were the mostly questions, and I'm hopeful that whoever is listening to the video would find this helpful. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being interviewed.
Yeah. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you. And I would like to congratulate everyone that Neeraj Chopra has won the gold medal yesterday.
Sure. Yes, definitely. That's a great thing for India.
Yes. And you have read that tweet also that Anand Mahindra has said that he will give the first XU 700 to Neeraj Chopra only.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But great thing.
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
So
Yeah, please.
Yeah, yesterday only I was just going to the Twitter, so I came up that one of the people just wrote to Anand Mahindra that इसको क्या दोगे अब इसको थार दोगे या क्या दोगे. So he just tweeted him back that yes, we will give him the brand new XUV 700. I guess it is coming on 15th October, 15th August. So better watch out.
Oh, perfect.
Better watch out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Neelohit. Thanks so much for.
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.